Alright, this will be part 2. And if you understand what I was talking about the Matrix and how the Matrix works, you would understand that I was talking about the 4D and the 3D. And I want to tell you guys how the 3D and through the 12 dimensions, okay, all this energy donuts, okay, imagine a donut, a 3D donut, and the circle is right in the middle, and the 1D and 12D are always connected through the middle of the donut, and the energy is all around everything else. Okay, everybody's seen that. Everybody kind of knows what that is. It's basically infinite. It's the mathematics for infinite energy, and we can replicate it, but they make us pay for energy because of money issues. The math's already there. Someone just needs to put it into metal and bring it to life, and the energy will keep on circulating itself. But they make us pay for energy. Now, how you test my theory out there in the future, out there in the 3D, in the 4D, you cannot test this theory because technically it has to be a flesh on metal connection. And for the Matrix to even exist at all, you will always need a 3D body to connect to the 4D. This is why I call the 4D, it's the computer, it's the program, it's programmable time. This is why I call people who are stuck in the Matrix or stuck in a 4D programmed lie. This is why I call it the programmed lie. Because anytime you sit there and try and dispute that the 3D, the 2D, the 1D, and all the other Ds exist, that's when you programmed time into a lie, because you programmed yourself a lie to where the 3D and the 2D don't exist. You tried to mathematically program a lie into your brains that the 3D don't exist. Now via the Matrix, how it works is somewhere along the line in future timelines, when you guys get these downloads, in future timelines, you guys have memories of when the Matrix was being built and all of the accomplishments after, and oh my goodness, all the fun that came with it. Okay, but before all that happened, you guys needed to get vaccinated or take some kind of shot that had some nanobots in it, some nanocells or some shit like that. Okay, had some nanobots in there, some nanocells, and then later on you got chipped. And what these two work in coordination with connecting to the Matrix. This is why it's the flesh connecting to the metal via the chip. The chip is your connection to the brain and the computer. Okay, you're connecting the flesh computer brain with the metal's computer brain. Okay, this is what the chip does. It connects the flesh with the metal. They're both different. They're both brains. They're both different brains. Okay, but at the same time, the chip connects the flesh to the metal brain. Okay. Now, with the nanocells, the nanocells, the nanobots is what I call them, in your bloodstream through your electrical current connects you to the vibrations, pain, the emotional spectrum, love, empathy, all of that connects to the emotional vibrational spectrum through the electric current in your guys' bloodstream with these nanocells. And then those nanocells connect to the chip and then connects to the brain and the receptors, and it emulates these vibrations and feelings. Okay, that's how you test the theory. But you got to test, like I said, you can't test this theory in the 4D. You can't test this. In the future, I know there's 4D and 3D. Okay, there's the Matrix, and then there's the life that you have to live to purchase the Matrix's fun. Okay? But at the same time, this is how it works. In the 3D, you have to test this theory in the 3D because it's the flesh that you're testing this connection to. Okay, the 4D can always it's always programmable. So it can always program this whole mathematics equation out the situation. but then you would be living literally in the 4D, so everything that you tested would be a 4D programmed lie. That's why it's a programmable lie. That's why I'm telling you guys got to test this theory in the future into 3D, because that's the only way it's going to make sense. And once you do that, you will understand how the 12 dimensions connect, and you will understand that everything I was telling you about in the past video about magic and co-creation actually true. Now that I've gotten that out the way, I want to go back here. Okay, because here I want to explain how the divine and the undivine work. Okay? Now, through the emotional spectrum, like I was explaining earlier, through the emotional spectrum, like a mood ring, your electric current combines with vibrations and emotions and creates and brings to life the rainbow spectrum via energy. Energy flows through all of it, and when it's brought to life through your thoughts and ideas, that's when color is represented. And this is what they call your aura. Now, I want to explain to you guys what the divine aura truly is. Now, if you were to take the emotional spectrum's vibrations and try and emulate this in the Matrix, you won't be able to, because technically you still have a 3D body that's connected to the yin and yang. So, like I said, the divine is pure. It would be just the imagine white and black, divine and undivine, heaven and hell. And then on earth is time, and since these two are spirit realms, they flow through time together, creating yin and yang. Because both of these are in the spirit realm, and the spirit realm flows through time like a ghost flows through a wall. Okay, so this is how time is. And there's regular 3D time, and then people have they have sided with the devil, and they've put themselves into loony bin time, is what I call that. You go watch part 1 if you don't understand. That reference will make more sense in that video. You gotta watch this pretty much in order to get the full, I grasp the whole idea. Now, in future timelines, you guys technically have a 3D body, and that 3D body still has these two spirit realms attached. This is why I was explaining all this before. This coincides with what I'm trying to tell you right now. Now, in the Matrix, you can put this on a diagram. You could put this and program it, but you will never be able to achieve it, because your 3D flesh body always resides with both of these spirit realms. Now, what heaven is, energetically speaking, is the perfect energy. It's the energy of no discomfort, only peace, harmony, and joyful spirits. It's taking all of the negative emotions and vibrations in the vibrational spectrum and removing them. That's what divine presence is. This is why when people say that you feel like a very strong spiritual presence from some people, that's because they're connected to this divine essence. This divine vibration is what they're talking about. When you are at a higher frequency, all you are is a frequency that is more matchable to the divine spectrum in the spirit realm. Now you can layer this, and you can 2D visually see what it would look like if you were to take the divine, the perfect vibration of peace and harmony. You would have to subtract all the negative emotions in the vibration, in the rainbow and emotion and vibrational spectrum. You can separate those. This is what heaven and hell is. It's the separation of impure thoughts, is basically what it is. It's everything that's hateful, vengeful, lustful, greedful. All of that gets tossed away from the divine and is separated. So that's why when people say heaven is perfect, it is literally the perfect vibration of peace and harmony. There's no discomfort, there's no anger, there's no hostility, there's no fear. All of that was casted out and removed. This is what hell is. Hell is the separation of the love that the All-Father created for you, and the love that the All-Father created for you and wants you to have is eternal peace. And the only way to get that is to live in the spirit realms, the divine present. This is why earth will always have hell. It will always have the yin and yang. Earth is yin and yang, and heaven and hell is the separation of yin and yang. And it's all through the vibrational rainbow emotional spectrum. All has to do with that. Now you can 2D map out what it would look like, but you can never achieve it until you actually get to 1D spirit realms, because technically 4D and 3D can graphically 2D what 1D's heaven, what 1D's vibration spectrum would look like. So through the 4D and the 3D coexisting with the flesh and metal matrix, you can map out visually in the 2D what 1D heaven's vibration looks like. You can look at it, you can see it, but you can't touch it, if that makes sense. Now, with all that said, 1D spirit realm is connected to 4D's matrix. And the 1D spirit realm is using memories off the 4D's matrix and making you believe that your kids are part of the 4D, when your kids are not part of the 4D. They just have spirits from the 1D with 4D memories and very, very good acting skills. Okay, this is why I say you need to watch the kids' body language, because then you'll know if they have the spirit in them or not. And you can tap into that by tapping into the matrix and seeing how these whores work online and what their body language looks like. When you realize that these whores are inside your kids, well, then you realize that they're trying to steal your kids' youth. Because if these kids aren't tapped into the matrix and have no real memories of the matrix, and you can't just sit there and ask your kids, because there's spirits dwelling in them that are going to talk for them. You need to realize that they are after your kids, and this warfare is real, okay? And the reason they want your kids is because they're greedy with life. See, they know their time is running out. And through them knowing that their time is running out, they want to be greedy with life. So what they do is they sit there and with the 1D and 4D, while you guys are distracted with the 4D and 3D, you guys don't cater to the 1D because of all the lies that have been told to you guys in the 4D. Now the 1D is plotting against you guys via the undivine, and they're stealing your kids right in front of your guys' face while you guys are tweaked out. It's like the 1D is got the 3D, 4D, and 2D hacked and is just sitting there watching this whole mess go down and laughing as you guys don't know nothing about nothing. So if you really want to be there for your kids, you guys need to start studying the future's 3D and present day's present day is 1D. Otherwise, you guys are just gonna be giving your kids away to people who don't even really care about your kids. And one thing I'm gonna say is the first thing that's gonna happen to those kids when they get inked in isn't gonna be pretty. And I've already explained how these matrix flies are surrounding what I would call bees out here. And what they're end up gonna doing is they're gonna end up torturing your kid. First sign they get inked in, they're gonna end up torturing your kid visually, sexually, and physically. They're gonna abuse your kid, and then they're gonna overlay memories of their life, and they're gonna pretend to be your kid and live in that kid. And the whole time this kid is like, who knows what's going on, because I'm pretty sure they've got people so tweaked out on who's who and what's what on reincarnation lies, and I just explained all that you guys are going to believe it yourself that your kids are these people reincarnated, when in reality you just let your kid get energy manipulated his whole life, and his true identity is kind of not even really been embraced. This is what I call the families conquer and divide. If everybody thinks everybody's somebody else reincarnated, well then who's really who? You know what I mean? So it's all like, you guys got to get these spirits out of your minds. Otherwise, you guys are going to be living in delusional land. And I want to explain something about these false... Because I got notes on these false prophets too out here. Because people are like, well, God doesn't exist. No, that's because there's a lot of false prophets out here that have been lying to you guys about everything. And I'm going to show you how they do it. Okay, these false prophets... most of them are in the matrix themselves, okay? They're working with the devil. This is why the devil has his, what I call, because you know the black and white checkerboard that all these Hollywood stars like to produce in Hollywood. This idea of like a chessboard. This is Lucifer mocking God, saying that he got his influencers, his chess pieces on the board. When I mean influencers go deep. I don't know who's on whose side in the influencer game, because he does play a good game on keeping roles looking godly and holy and whatnot. But I promise you that most of these influencers, especially the Christian prophets out here that are fake casting out demons, this is the fallen one's way of mocking out casting demons. Okay, you got to understand that someone who is a true believer in the Creator, in Yahweh and Yeshua, you will understand that only those who truly follow the true Creator and the true Creator's sacrifice for us to get back into heaven, only those people can truly cast out real demons. These other false prophets are Lucifer's chess pieces. I'm going to explain how they are as chess pieces. Because Lucifer needs to keep up the idea, the illusion that he's a good guy or something for everybody that's stuck in the 4D matrix. Okay? He needs to keep up the illusion that he's the one that's winning. So what he does is he confuses these people out there in the 4D matrix. And he confuses them, and he writes his own little story via the matrix. It's like a live action show that's being played via him. Okay, now he has these prophets out here in present day where there is no matrix, but everything's getting amped up for the matrix. Okay, out here in present day, he has his fake prophets, and these prophets dress and look like they're the role, and they go to these fake churches and they sit there and they look like they're the part of like what modern day people would call like a Christian prophet. Now these Christian prophets work with the devil. You got to understand that we are all connected through this demon called Legion. This is why all of our energies are connected all the time. This is why when I see people on TikTok or something and people say, I'm connecting to your energy, they're not really connecting to my energy. It's just that since we're technically connecting energies via the internet, via these cell phone towers, these internet towers. We are connecting via future memory downloads. Okay, so it's all like when you guys horcrux your soul into the matrix, you guys get downloads, and then you guys use those horcrux pieces of soul, and then you guys go into other people's bodies out here via sex, online sex. I would call it matrix sex. Okay, everybody's connected through this legion because everybody's been spun off. Okay, everybody spun themselves off into the future via Horcrux, and now everybody's swimming in everybody. This is called legion. Okay, this is how everybody's connected. This is why when two people connect online via cell phone and they're reading tarot cards, they're technically are reading each other's energies through the connection of legion. Fuck off. Okay, now through legion, through this fake demon, or not fake demon, I'm sorry, through this demon legion is basically we are many but we are one type of idea. So much confusion in memories and timelines that instead of just saying we are all different people and whatnot, there's so much confusion going on. They say we are many but we are one. This is everybody who inked into the matrix. Now what ends up happening is some people come to these false prophets that are actually working for the fallen one, the one that are armied up against the creator. I'm just going to call him the fallen one. Now legion, which is everybody online in the matrix, are all his. They're all his. You know what I'm saying? He came and it's his army. He's in control. So what he does with the false prophets is you come up to these false prophets because they have influence. They're influencers. They're godly Christian influencers with a big following, and you think that these people can help you, but little do you know, because of your eyes, you've been deceived. This person is working for the fallen one. Now what ends up happening is you go up to these people and you tell them your problems. You spew out your problems. And while you're telling this person, doesn't have to be a girl, it could be a guy, it doesn't matter, it's both sexes. You go up to this false prophet with your problems and he's sitting there listening. So he goes to his legion army and he pulls out the ones that he needs to strip that are causing you your problems. And then he keeps the rest. And then you stay online connected to the matrix, which means your problems were never really solved. Only some of your problems were solved. This is why I say it's an illusion. It's a gimmick. And this is why the Freemasons and the Illuminati is a joke. Freemasons, if you break it down, it says, free my sons from the illusion, from the matrix. Illusion, Illuminati, free my sons from the illusion. All of them have become mama's boys because in the matrix, Jezebel's bloodline, both, you got to understand, the Jezebelian spirit is a male and a female spirit. What he did is when he put you guys online in the matrix is he made these Jezebelian spirits fake prophets out here, both male and female. Now what ended up happening is, as a joke, through the 4D's constructs, making it feel like you're living in the 3D, he's been mocking all of the creator's creations through sexual invocations and visual effects played through this Jezebelian spirit, both male and female. This is why some people are tweaked out in the matrix thinking that these Jezebelian spirits are God, but they're not, because they're just placing the image. Because you got to understand, this guy was there before time even existed, so he knows what the creator looks like. So he uses the male version of Jezebel to mock creator's image, and he uses the female version of Jezebel to mock the Holy Spirit. And he does this all through lustful sexual acts. This is why he's his spirit's always higher than everybody else's because he's joyful when he mocks. This is why these girls stay in this lustful energy, because the whole time he's mocking the Holy Spirit, he's finding it hilarious and funny, which keeps these girls in a state of constant lust, because his spirit, his energetic vibe is so full of joy when he's mocking the Creator. This is why these false prophets never cure the problem. They only like medicine, they only kind of just numb it down for a little bit. And then eventually your problems will end up coming back, because you'll end up going back online and probably messing with the same demons that originally started your problem. This is why present day is pre-internet towers. Like, well, not pre-internet towers, but like present day is like before you ink yourself in, before for your soul, through the separation I was talking about in either this video or the previous video. That's how he separates us. I've already talked about how he separates us. So you guys need to understand what's really going on. Otherwise, you guys are forever going to be feeding your children to a monster factory. And you're going to be doing things that you wish you never did via slavery. This is why everybody thinks that no one around them knows what's going on, but most people know what's going on. Everybody wants to hide the fact that they either sold their soul to the devil or they've made a pact with him. And it's because of the separation that he did. He's all separated us very, very mischievously and made it look like it was a backdoor deal, when in reality almost everybody's made this backdoor deal. And the people that haven't are looked at as homeless, crazy, and stupid and dumb. This is his plan of divide and conquer the family. And then he has perverted it. He's perverted it with the young ones, as we know. And every time one of your children start tweaking out, and that's how you know the devil's coming to collect. He's coming to collect when your children get to a certain age and they start acting crazy and confused. That's how you know the devil's coming to collect another one and toss them in. That's how you know. And you already know what's going to happen as soon as they get inked in. And it ain't going to be pretty. So that's what used people do when you guys let him take your kids and you guys think you guys' kids are crazy and whatnot. That's him coming to collect. And that's what ends up happening. And you guys could be mad at what he did to you, but your kids don't deserve that type of memory confusion and timeline confusion. And if everybody's standing down, then where are the true adults? Because then all I really see is children playing online games that are very realistic. And it's pretty sad to see that I haven't found not one decent human being out here that seems to want to do anything about it. It seems to me that everybody just literally wants to pay their bills and go online and play games. Because you got to understand that the creator of all sees everything. And you guys might be like, well, I don't do anything out here in present day timeline. It doesn't really matter, because he watches everything and he knows what's going on in all those timelines. He's the creator of all. Like I said, the spirit realm always flows through time like a ghost flows through a wall. So nothing is hidden. You guys' sins out there in the Matrix and in future timelines are visibly known to the creator. And this is why I say you guys look foolish. You guys look like children playing a game, and then you guys get offline and like, well, it didn't really happen. But all the vibrations there says it did happen. Vibrationally speaking, you technically lived the experience. So it's all like you can't hide your sins. And you can't pretend to lie like it's just a game, because it's not just a game. It's you're racking up sins in there, if you know what I mean. And this is just wanted to explain what these people are going through and what's going on and how everyone's connected, and explain to you that it's not a game, and times are changing real fast. And if you guys don't wake up and decide to be big grown children, well, then these other countries are gonna stomp you out, no problem, because what's children compared to some masculine bodybuilding savages who don't care about video games anymore? So it's either wake up to reality or continue to live the mockery of the creator, because that's what he's doing in there sexually. And I know that's what he's doing in there, because I can feel the downloads. I might not be in there and visually seeing it, but you guys through your own downloads, through your own memories, you guys sit here with the vibrations, and I can feel what's going on in there. And it is sad to see that the devil's got people wired out, and very, very disrespectful to the Holy Trinity and how that works. And it's kind of sad to see that everybody's just mocking it, not taking it serious at all. But that's not my life to live, and I don't play games with people who can't even man up. So you guys want to live with a child, you guys can live with a child, but I've exposed them so many times at this point, it's a joke. And I will not be partaking in any of your guys' 4D endeavors. Have a nice day.